tzimmes, cholent, chopped liver, dumplings for carrots, gefilte fish, honey leckach, ingberlach, kichlach, nadelach, kreplach, lokshin. Hey everyone, Marian here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun video for you guys all about my Jewish cookbook collection. I don't know if that's in focus or not, but anyways, I have been doing all this like recipe prep and food thoughtfulness because we're in this period of a lot of Jewish holidays. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Simchat Torah, there's a lot going on. So I've been using my Jewish cookbooks a lot, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of show you guys my collection. But these are just the cookbooks that I love and use all the time for Jewish cooking. So yeah, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Marian. I make videos about being a Jewish mom and minimalism with kids. So hit that like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you guys is the thing I use most, which is my own recipe binder. It is an enormous, crazy mess, but I just had to be honest and show you guys what I'm working with on the reg. So in it I have like copied recipes pulled out of magazines from family members, etc. Most of the back is all my like mom and family recipes, and then I have another family cookbook. I think this is from my mother-in-law, and then I have just a bunch of like cuttings and whatever. And at the front I used to take photographs of all my pictures, just all my recipes, just for me, and I would put them in here. So this is what I go to most of all, and yeah, I know there's a better system out there than this, but this is just what I love and have always loved. So I wanted to show you guys that one first. Okay, so I wanted to start with authors who are Jewish and make lots of recipes, but the recipe books are not technically like kosher cookbooks, but they still have amazing Jewish recipes in them. And y'all, I have to start with the all-time, I think honestly, best cook, chef, etc. of all time, the Ina Garden, the Barefoot Contessa. I have my covers of my books not on all my books, by the way, because the ones I keep in my kitchen, my son gets a hold of, and anyways. But I wanted to share with you, this is the original Barefoot Contessa cookbook. I have all of hers. And in it she has the recipe for perfect roast chicken. This is what I use almost every Friday night just for my like simple but delicious roast chicken for Shabbat. So I highly recommend this book for just like the classic best ways to prepare food, like the simplest, best, works every time. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about Ina, but I love her. By the way, I will link as many of these cookbooks as I can below, and any recipes that I talk about, if they're published online, I will link those as well. Then after Ina, I gotta share Deb Perlman's Smitten Kitchen. I'm sure you guys all know and love her too. So Deb has a lot of Jewish recipes also, and I wanted to share with you guys my favorite from her, which is, actually this isn't really a Jewish recipe, but it's honestly my favorite from hers. The other favorite I have from her, by the way, I should add, is not in this cookbook, but it's her honey cake recipe, which I talk about in my honey cake video, so I'll link that also. But she has a sweet peas and shells Alfredo recipe. This is my like go-to on a weeknight. I love pasta and peas, so good. Tiny bit healthy, not really, but I mean it has peas in it. So yeah, that's my like everyday go-to recipe from Deb, and she's got lots of great Jewish recipes and especially like Jewish desserts for the holidays. Then the last cookbook I want to mention that's not really a Jewish cookbook but has lots of Jewish recipes is the International Goodwill Recipe Book. This is a South African Jewish cookbook. My family's South African, so I have a lot of like random South African recipes that I cook. And I just wanted to show you guys actually the index in this book, because this is like a cultural treasure trove that should be in a museum. I'm gonna come and show you guys. So this whole Jewish traditional section, let me just read this to you guys, okay? Ready? Telach, telach for Passover, telach filled, telach tiny, telach white, carrot, tzimmes, cholent, chopped liver, dumplings for carrots, gefilte fish, honey leckach, ingberlach, kichlach, nadelach, kreplach, lokshin. You get it. These are like super old school traditional Jewish recipes that like hopefully will exist forever. But if you want like the original good stuff, get this cookbook. You can get it online. I also wanted to show you guys, this is 2 pages of just herring recipes. It's amazing. I mean, cookbooks like this just don't exist anymore, so I had to show you guys this one. Okay, then moving on to the actual Jewish cookbooks. This is the first Jewish cookbook I ever bought. I got it at I went to UCLA. This was in like the college bookstore. It was one of the first books I got. It is so beautiful of the cover, but yeah, Jewish cooking, and I wanted to share with you guys my favorite recipe in this book, which is the Iranian grilled chicken thighs recipe with sumac. I was like, I'm not sure, I can't remember what that is. Yeah, grilled chicken thighs with sumac. I already had it posted on it. I grew up with a lot of Persian friends and love Persian Jewish cooking. Although I am not very good at it, I always need a recipe. So there's a lot of that in here. So Jewish holiday cookbook. The next one I want to share is Zahav. This is an Israeli cookbook, and the reason I go to this cookbook is for 2 pages of hummus recipes. I love making my own hummus. Actually, I try to all the time instead of buying it. The basics thing you do is just take tahini, chickpeas, lemon juice, olive oil, salt and pepper, and you're done. Put it in like a food processor, but it is so freaking good. So I love trying new hummus recipes, and these ones are all delicious. Then I have Celebrating with the Kosher Butcher's Wife. There's a lot of meat stuff in here. I generally don't cook meat very often, but I do for the holidays, and my husband loves meat, so sometimes I'm like, yeah, the Kosher Butcher's Wife, she knows what's going on. So I like this book for meat a lot, and I wanted to point out my favorite recipe in the book, which is these sausage wraps. So what's really interesting about these is it's not just pigs in blanket or hot dogs and phyllo dough. There's also a smash, like a potato mash that goes in the dough as well, or like at the bottom. Really cool recipe, very delicious, highly recommend. My next cookbook is Kosher by Design. I love this cookbook for its examples of holiday tablescapes. I made a whole video about Rosh Hashanah tablescapes and centerpieces because that's probably my favorite part of entertaining, is just getting to decorate the house. Just wanted to show you guys because Yom Kippur is coming up. Well, actually it already passed by the time I make this video. But I think Yom Kippur is a really difficult holiday to like decorate for, obviously. But just like as an example, that's what she's shown in the book for it. So beautiful. And then she has a whole section for Hanukkah decorating. So I just love her designs and like really thoughtful tablescapes. I think it's such a wonderful way to like let your guests know how much you love them coming over, is to, you know, really be thoughtful about how your table looks. Obviously your food should be good, but yeah, that's the part I like best. Then I love this cookbook, The Holiday Kosher Baker. I wanted to show you guys my favorite recipe in this book, which is her Passover chocolates and candies. I use her recipe for the chocolate like caramel covered matzah, as well as these little chocolate bites, and she's got a ton of other kosher for Passover dessert ideas, which I'm always looking for. Okay, then the next book I have is the Ottolenghi Cookbook, Plenty. I've been to the Ottolenghi little restaurant store thing in London. So freaking good. But yes, obviously my favorite recipe in the book is the one on the front cover, the roasted eggplant. I love eggplant in general, and this is so good. So this is sort of like a fusion cookbook, but has a lot of good Israeli-based dishes. Some of it is like too kind of high-end crazy for me, but it's a really good cookbook, and the pictures are amazing. And then my last Kosher Jewish cookbook, of course, is the new Millenial Kosher. Obviously, I follow Connie on Instagram. She's amazing. And I just got this book a few months ago, I guess now, and love all her recipes in it. To be honest, they all look so good. But my favorite, I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, is the Frangipan fig galette. I love galettes. I much prefer them to pies. They're kind of like a flat pie. Ree Drummond, Pioneer Woman, makes a lot of galettes too. So I just got really into them. And yeah, I love this cookbook. So I highly recommend it. The last 3 cookbooks I just want to quickly show you guys are the cookbook that was made for me for my wedding shower, which is like a collection of all friends and family recipes. So I use this one a ton. And then this is a Jewish family cookbook. This was made by my synagogue in definitely the 1990s, yeah, 1992, but I still use it a ton. I love seeing like the people's names attached to it from like years gone by, and this is their updated one, Deliciously Kosher. This is the synagogue I grew up in. So yeah, I just love synagogue cookbooks, and like they're, again, it's like historical cultural memories. So yeah, that is my Jewish cookbook collection. If you're going to be attending someone's house for a holiday meal and you're thinking of like what to bring them, I definitely recommend bringing them a Jewish cookbook. I think that's a great idea for the holidays. Obviously, if they're hosting, they probably like to cook and entertain. So yeah, I thought this would also be good just to give you guys some ideas. So that's it. That's my Jewish cookbook collection. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more. I'll see you next time. Bye!